It's wonderful.
A month after our first visit to Delma Vibbert's Indianapolis home, you could see the difference. First, in her bathroom.
It's a 3-piece shower.
Contractor Garland Whaley showed us this new stand-up shower, donated by a viewer who reached out to help.
She bought it the next day, so.
I was thrilled to death when the next day he called me and he said, "Hey, I got you a shower." And I said, "Oh, thank goodness, you know."
You could also see the difference in Delma, her spirit lifted by strangers.
That took an awful pressure off of me.
It's a total loss to her.
Over the winter, while she was away, someone tore out all of Vibbert's copper wires. They left behind a mess and a water bill of nearly $2,000. Whaley has been helping to put the house back together, and he says it's the least he can do.
I had a past growing up, and, you know, it was more taken than given, and I had to go away for a time, and I like giving back now.
Our viewers are giving back too. Thanks to you, we raised $800, all put directly onto Vibbert's account. That big bill is gone.
I would like to publicly say thank you to everyone that's helped me.
Now there's just one more big project. Air conditioning. Whaley says he's hoping someone will donate the pieces he needs to get it working. In the meantime, he installed a large fan to cool the house down.
The AC would be kind of like the last piece to the puzzle.
A puzzle that's been nearly completed thanks to people stepping up. Kindness, Vibbert told me she'd like to pass on.
I don't know what else to say except exactly how thankful I am. So, maybe one of these days I'll be able to return it.
One more donation to report. A company that makes shower doors is working to update Vibbert's bathroom. The hope is to get her air conditioning running soon. For CBS 4 Problem Solvers, I'm Jill Glavin.
Well, months of high bills and headaches lead to a mother and daughter to call CBS 4 Problem Solvers for help. They say their water company knew about a leak in their yard, but would not take responsibility for it. Jill Glavin shows us how that changed after we got involved.
I met them just days before a disconnection notice on their latest bill. It would have cost $700 just to keep the water on.
What the heck is going on?
That was a family's reaction to the first bill in December. After years of paying around $60 a month for water and sewer, it spiked to $250. And it went from there, $400 more the next month, then again, totaling $1,500 owed on the latest bill.
We're tired of dealing with them, so we had to come to you guys to get the ball rolling.
This mother and daughter are disabled. They asked us to keep them anonymous. For months, they say they tried to get Citizens Energy to help.
This is video that I took.
The mess started when contractors did work on their street.
Live proof.
In this video, you can see where a new pipe connected to the family's old one and where it's leaking.
There it is, right there.
The daughter showed us videos she'd taken as contractors showed up more than once to look at the leak.
It's not leaking. On this side it's leaking. I've got video proof that it's leaking. That's the homeowner.
On the videos, contractors say the leak appears to be the landlord's responsibility. But the family says the only work that was done here involved the new pipe. They filed a complaint with the state, and a contractor told them he had to wait on a decision before he fixed it.
As you can see, they're just filling the hole. They did not fix the leak.
People put their trust.
When I first met with them, there was still no answer.
I was amazed at how they can just leave it leaking.
So I reached out to a Citizens Energy spokesperson. She told me she'd check into the leak, and a day later, crews showed up again.
Look, everybody, and they're back. Wow, Jill must have lit a fire under them.
They ended up fixing the leak.
You shouldn't have any problem now.
Okay.
And while I was there, the spokesperson emailed with even more good news.
They will not be responsible for any charges resulting from the leak. Wow, that's amazing. You hear that, Mom?
It was a relief to this family who live on a fixed income and weren't sure what they would have done about that bill.
Obviously, we're gonna fight for what's right. That's why I always said David against Goliath.
The CBS 4 Problem Solvers step in to help a woman whose furniture was actually coming apart. She contacted us after her warranty company denied her claim.
We got involved. She got her money back. CBS 4's Jill Glavin shows why her problem may not be an isolated issue.
very messy.
This is the leather furniture Cheryl Sellers thought she'd owned for a long time.
You see that wrinkle?
Till it started cracking and then peeling away.
This furniture looked like I had it for about 20 years or so.
She's only had it for 5 years. She bought 2 recliners and a couch from Elfish Furniture on the Far East Side in 2013. They're made from bonded leather, a less expensive option where pieces of leather are formed together, and Sellers said the salesman sold her.
He took an ink pen out of his pocket, his shirt pocket, and he began to poke the furniture and press down on it. And he took and pressed it real hard.
It didn't budge, so Sellers bought it. She was retiring and on dialysis at the time, so the furniture seemed perfect for her.
I was just content. I was happy. It was comfortable. I loved it. That's like cracking.
But then a year ago, this started happening.
It's not that it was damaged, it's defective.
Sellers bought an extended 5-year warranty, but the warranty company denied her claim. Under manufacturer quality issues, it says it does not cover cracking and peeling of leather or vinyl. Sellers found out the hard way that was only covered under the first year of the manufacturer's warranty. And that's when she started doing some research.
I found a bunch of complaints.
Sellers Furniture is made by Southern Motion, a manufacturer out of Mississippi. The company holds a B with the Better Business Bureau, where it has 39 complaints in the last 3 years. And I found 2 cases out of Florida, one class action lawsuit about bonded leather furniture in which lawyers subpoenaed Southern Motion, and another where a popular Florida furniture company sued them in 2015, claiming Southern's bonded leather furniture peels, flakes, and deteriorates so rapidly that the company has been forced to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars repairing the furniture. And in 2013 alone, it received over 1,000 complaints of defects. That lawsuit was later settled out of court. The class action suit is still active.
Why? I'm seriously saying, why is this furniture falling apart like this?
Sellers hasn't received answers to those questions, but she did see action after CBS 4 Problem Solvers got involved. I spoke to the manager at Elfish Furniture by phone.
We've carried Southern Motion for a long time. And, does it happen? Yes, it does. Is it a lot? No, it's not.
After we spoke, she contacted Sellers and jumped on her case. She ended up giving Sellers a check, reimbursing her the full amount for all of her furniture.
I'm just really pleased to get my money back so I can purchase some furniture.
Sellers plans to use the money to buy new furniture, and this time she says she'll choose differently.
No bonded leather. I'm not going to buy any bonded leather.
2 Indiana couple credits the CBS 4 Problem Solvers for their first good night's sleep in months. They called for help with a tree that they say was threatening to fall on their home. CBS 4's Jill Glavin shows us how it got resolved.
I don't know what else to do.
For Kathy Tatera and her husband Dave,
it could fall just about any time.
Looking up at this twisted, dead tree every day had become a heavy burden.
My husband goes to bed every night praying that this tree's not going to fall.
I met them at their home on the west side the week before Thanksgiving. Told me they've been trying to get their landlords to cut the tree down for years.
And that limb right.
And recently, when a branch fell on their house,
it dislodged the upper cabinet here, and it was just hanging.
Their pleas became more urgent.
We shouldn't have to live like this.
They don't care. That's just it. They don't care.
Even more concerning, the couple told me they'd recently been told by their landlord that the tree wasn't on the list to be cut down next, adding to their constant worry.
It's like we're playing games or like we're kidding or something about this tree, and I'm not. I want it down.
I went to work calling their property manager to see what was going on.
It's really been about getting on his schedule and getting the weather to cooperate.
He told me the tree was slated to come down and a company had been hired.
See where it was at,
it's
so.
the top of the list.
Okay.
Because of the situation being so dead and everything.
4 days later, just 1 week after we visited the Tateras, they finally got what they'd been asking for. A crew showed up and took the tree down in less than an hour.
You can physically feel the relief of the stress. I mean, it was that massive.
Instead of looking up at the tree, now they're looking down at what's left as they move on, telling me they think it was their call to CBS 4 Problem Solvers that got it done.
I was singing on the way home, the tree is gone.
You made all the difference, and we appreciate it so much. You said yes when everyone else said no, and we appreciate that.
That tree came down just in time for the couple to host their family for Thanksgiving. They tell me it does feel like a weight has been lifted now that it's gone. For CBS 4 Problem Solvers, I'm Jill Glavin.
Well, an Air Force airman and a new Hoosier needs help tonight. His family has gone months without heat. With a new baby due any day now, CBS 4 Problem Solver Jill Glavin went to work to help this hero and his family.
The Lees tell me it wasn't easy to ask for help, but with their second baby due by the end of the month, they need it.
How about you draw your name?
When Kyle and Amanda Lee moved their growing family from North Carolina to West Lafayette last year, they thought they had everything figured out. They bought this house and started renovating it with money they'd set aside.
We didn't foresee the heat being an issue.
It ended up being a big issue, the latest in a long list of unforeseen problems.
Yeah, it's not the safest thing.
Kyle Lee is a longtime Air Force member who's deployed 3 times. He specializes in refueling, but it's fuel of a different kind, this oil heating system that's left him frustrated.
This is the fill cap, and this is the vent for the tank. And we have a 500-gallon tank underneath the ground.
The Lees say they spent thousands of dollars to put oil in their tank, but they've been told it leaked out. They've gone without heat for months and still don't know exactly what's wrong with their system. They do know it'll cost them
anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000.
That's why I reached out to Wish for Our Heroes, because I just felt like everything had just collapsed on us and there was nothing else to do.
If they want to help us.
Eric Orrick with Wish for Our Heroes connected CBS 4 Problem Solvers to the Lees, hoping to get them some help. The organization assists as many military members and veterans as possible.
There's a few inches in there right now.
Sometimes they need outside help to make that happen.
We try to get the community involved. That way everybody gets a hand in helping our heroes.
Orrick says he knows it's not easy for a family like this to ask for help, especially while Kyle is working long hours for the Air Force.
We really want them to worry about their mission rather than the stuff that's going on back home.
You're a chomper, aren't you?
For the Lees, that's a welcome message. They say living without heat is getting easier, but the sooner they can get it fixed, the better they'll feel, especially with a young son and a baby on the way later this month.
Especially our first winter in Indiana, it's been an experience.
There's no words to describe gratitude for any kind of help with it.
Companies tell me oil heaters like those are pretty rare and usually found in older homes. We've already started reaching out to try to find help for the Lee family. We'll keep you updated on their case. For CBS 4 Problem Solvers, I'm Jill Glavin.